Welcome back to The Explainer. To all the focused learners out there joining us today, we're jumping right into it. We're going to expose something that is quietly happening in the background of your life. We're talking about tiny, small habits, behaviors you repeat daily. It's this invisible damage. These are the silent habits that are secretly destroying your potential over time. And honestly, the scariest part? By the time you actually feel the impact, it's already cost you years. But before we go any further, I need you to completely internalize this. You are not lazy, you're not unmotivated, and you definitely aren't just going through a phase. We so often label ourselves with these heavy, absolute terms when we feel stuck. But the reality? Something much quieter and much more mechanical is happening completely under your radar.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the silent trap, and exactly why you don't notice these habits. To actually solve this problem, we first have to understand the mechanics of the trap itself. And here's the stark contrast. Bad habits, they don't actually feel bad in the moment. Because think about it, if they did, we'd just stop. Instead, they feel comfortable, they feel familiar, they feel incredibly safe. And that is exactly why they're so dangerous. A bad habit doesn't ruin your life in a single afternoon. No, it ruins it one repetition at a time. It compounds silently. By the time you wake up and notice the problem, you aren't just fixing a bad day. You're trying to undo years of compound damage.
That brings us to Section 2, the 6 silent killers. We're going to name these behaviors right now.
Now that we know how this trap operates, it's time to expose the obstacles. Think of this as your structural roadmap for the behaviors we fall into on total autopilot. We've got mindless scrolling, people-pleasing, revenge bedtime procrastination, highlight reel comparison, the classic "I'll start tomorrow" trap, and negative self-talk. Chances are you've engaged in at least one of these today. I know I have. So let's break down exactly what each one is actually doing to you.
Let's start with the first habit. Mindless scrolling isn't just about that harmless 20-minute break you take to unwind. It's the hours you literally do not remember spending. See, every single scroll releases this microscopic dopamine hit, and eventually your brain starts chasing that hit instead of real, actual accomplishment. Over time, deep focus becomes physically uncomfortable. You aren't just addicted to your phone, you've basically developed an addiction to avoiding stillness.
Habit number 2, people-pleasing. This is the micro-narrative of saying yes when your entire body is just screaming no. We usually think we're just being helpful, right? But every single time you do this, you are actively teaching yourself that your own needs come last. And the hidden cost here is huge. It doesn't just drain your schedule. After years of people-pleasing, you'll wake up and realize you don't even know what you actually want anymore. It quietly, slowly erases your identity.
Habit 3 is a really fascinating one. Revenge bedtime procrastination. You had absolutely zero time for yourself all day long. So what do? At midnight, you steal it back. You binge Netflix, you watch YouTube, you scroll social media. In the moment, it feels exactly like midnight freedom. But what it actually is, it's theft. You are literally stealing from tomorrow's energy, tomorrow's focus, and tomorrow's mood. And then that exhausting cycle just repeats itself forever.
Moving to habit 4, it's like comparing your own tangled, messy, behind-the-scenes reality to someone else's polished trophy. We are constantly comparing our chaotic lives to everyone else's curated highlight reel. You see their public results, for sure, but you never see their private failures. You're comparing your 4 a.m. doubts and anxieties to their public glowing wins. Because we never get the full story, this silent habit convinces us we're falling behind. It definitely doesn't motivate you. It just quietly murders your self-belief.
Habit 5, I'll start tomorrow. Honestly, this might just be the absolute most dangerous sentence in the human language. Why? Because it feels incredibly responsible. It gives you this comforting illusion that you're planning. But guess what? Tomorrow never actually arrives. Because tomorrow simply becomes today, and today just gets postponed all over again. This single, silent habit has buried more dreams than actual failure ever has. And finally, habit 6, negative self-talk that you probably don't even notice. Things like, I always mess up, I'm so bad at this, I'm just not built for success. You say these things so casually, but what you don't realize is they act as direct commands. Your subconscious mind doesn't analyze or question these statements, it just obeys them blindly. You aren't just describing your current state, you are actively, literally, programming your future.
So, the crucial point is, how do we fix this? Section 3, how to kill bad habits. Let's get into the 6 fixes.
Knowing the problem is really only half the battle. We need to pivot to highly actionable solutions. Fix number 1 targets mindless scrolling, and it's all about creating friction. Look, do not rely on willpower. Willpower drains. Instead, rely on physical distance. Put your phone in an entirely different room while you're working. Log out of your apps after every single use. The logic here is super simple but incredibly powerful. The harder a bad habit is to physically access, the weaker its psychological grip becomes over you.
Fix number 2 is for all my people pleasers out there. You have got to practice the pause. The very next time someone asks something of you, do not answer immediately. Instead, use this exact phrase: "Let me check and get back to you." That tiny 2-second pause breaks the automatic reflexive need to please, and it finally gives your real preference a fighting chance to speak up.
Fix number 3 cures revenge bedtime procrastination. And the secret here? You actually need to reclaim your day, not your night. If you're stealing time at midnight, your daytime is the actual problem. You need to build in small, completely guilt-free pockets of personal time during the day, even if it's literally just 20 minutes. When your day actually feels like it belongs to you, your nighttime will stop feeling like this desperate act of rebellion.
Fix number 4 tackles that toxic highlight reel comparison. You have to curate your input just as ruthlessly as your output. Unfollow the accounts that just flex and make you feel small. Instead, follow people who are further ahead of you, people who actively teach rather than just showing off. What you consume daily becomes what you believe is normal. So you've got to choose your daily influences like your growth depends on it, because it absolutely does. Fix number 5 is the ultimate cure for "I'll start tomorrow." It's called the 2-minute rule. Take absolutely anything you have been postponing and just start it for 2 minutes today. Seriously, don't even worry about finishing it, just start. Starting kills procrastination instantly, because simple motion creates momentum. You'll quickly realize that the hardest part was never the task itself, it was simply the act of beginning.
And this brilliantly illustrates fix number 6, actively rewriting your inner script. When you catch that negative phrase in your head, pause and actively replace it. "I'm bad at this" must become "I'm still learning this." "I always fail" needs to become "I'm getting more data on what works." The science here is crystal clear. Your brain believes repetition over truth. So you must repeat the version of yourself that you are actively trying to become. Let's move to our final part. Section 4, the mindset shift, breaking the cycle.
We've covered the habits, we've covered the tactical fixes, but real, lasting change requires a completely new perspective. So I want to pose this question directly to you right now. How do you finally break the cycle? When these silent habits are so deeply ingrained in your daily life, how do you actually take your potential back?
Well, the moment you notice a silent habit, it stops being silent. Awareness is the very first crack in its control over you. The life you want isn't blocked by one massive failure. It is blocked by 100 small silent ones. Pick just one of these habits, break it today, then break another one tomorrow. Watch how quickly your whole life changes direction. If this explainer called you out a little bit today, well, that means it worked. Be sure to subscribe, because next week we are diving into the habits of people who never burn out, even under intense pressure. So what silent habit are you going to break first? Think about it. I'll see you in the next explainer.